What's up, y'all? Got a family to feed, so let's get into this tea. We about to get into Miss Cindy. She telling her last part on her relationship with her ex-wife, girl. Let's get it.
All right, guys. So, again, I did not want to do it, but every time I start having like a lot of stuff going on, I record another video and it brings me back to this place. So I don't know if this video is going to make the cut. Hopefully it does. That way everybody can stop asking me for it. And I will feel better because I feel like I would be able to release this into the universe and move on with my life, because I do have so many things going on right now. I do have so much life to live. I do have so much that I want to focus on and not focus on this. But you guys will understand when I tell this story why it's been so hard for me to not focus. Well, I have been focusing on other things, but why, you'll understand why I still dib and dab and focusing on my past. Okay, so the last part of She Wanted My Life, part 3, I did tell you guys that I end up kicking her door in. I end up having a fight, and I did like whip Trick-or-Trina ass. Okay, of course, everybody.
Bump pocketbooks, okay? That's what you call it? So us lesbians like to bump pocketbooks, friend? I promise you we ain't bumping no pocketbooks. I promise you. No pocketbooks, friend.
I knew that was going to happen. And my ex, y'all, my ex of literally would have been 18 years and 3 days after I caught her. We didn't have no issues. Me and her didn't have issues, right? She literally cheated on me. I caught her. She lied and said it didn't happen. And then a month later, not even a month later, like 3 weeks later, I end up catching her at the girl's house. My friend, who she said, it was a complete lie. Everything was in my head and I was going crazy, blah, blah, blah. And I caught them in the bed naked. So it's not like we had a falling out. It's not like nothing happened. I literally caught her cheating. And that's what caused this. Hold on. I walked in there. I busted in that room. Me and Trick-or-Trina fighting. My ex is laying in the bed, high as a kite, like high as Scooter Brown, right? But that's not my issue. I caught her. I'm fighting with Trick-or-Trina. Trick-or-Trina called her son in.
What is Corey saying on TikTok specifically is, do we need to 86 this right now?
The room. Her son is holding me. Now, I'm not going to lie. She didn't try to get like no licks or nothing off of me, because I probably would have went crazy for real and like destroyed the whole house. But anyway, probably should have if I knew I was going to jail anyway. Because a lot of stuff I spared, because I was just like, I'm in somebody else's house. I'm not trying to go to jail. And I know how she liked to call the police. So, my ex was laying there, and even though I caught her, even though I feel like we wasn't in a good place because she knew like she had to deal with me later, I was like, get this boy off of me. She just sat there and stared at me. Kind of like, I feel like I was being crowded by 3 people. At that moment, I was like, let me get out of this house, because I don't know. I've been in relationships. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. I've been in relationships with guys where they cheat on me. I catch them. Like they'll be ready to fight the other girl. Like, yeah, they did something to me, but they cheated on me, but I was still a person. Like, I'm not going to disrespect this person. I'm not going to say I've been together with this person for 18.
She feel as though she was supposed to have some respect for her. For sure.
Years, and I'm going to turn around and let some harm happen to her. So when I realized, like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? It's 3 against 1. Anyway, they called the police, and the police came, and I was read my rights. I was taken outside. Surely, no matter what happened, I've been with this person for all this time. She's not about to let me go to jail, right? Wrong. And everybody wants to know why it's so hard for me to forgive. It's not because of cheating. I'm not down with cheating, and I don't believe in cheating. However, you cheat, you get caught, you break up. That doesn't mean that you don't still love the person. That don't mean.
The chat calling him a kidnapper? Let's put a pause on this.
That you hate the person, and you definitely wouldn't want to see something happen to the person, right? Unless you're really, really weak. Really, like, you could change. Guys, be careful. If you can change sides overnight, then you're like, something's really wrong with you. Like, you are really not loyal, and you couldn't be loyal to nobody. If you slept in the bed on side of somebody for 18 years and you could switch sides overnight, literally overnight. Like, I'm not playing, guys. You can't be loyal to nobody. You're not even loyal to yourself.
I agree.
Okay, so bam. I'm outside with the police, and I'm just telling the police, no, this not happened, blah, 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 ask this person this, whatever. Mind you, I'm like tipsy. Okay, let's rewind. Anybody who listened to the video before, then you would know that I was completely wasted at this point. So I'm out there crying. I'm cussing the police out. I'm like, let me go. You wouldn't do this to your daughter, blah, 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 blah. And I'm being searched by the police. Like, I'm just being handled like shit. Okay. Now, it was a time when I was just crying and sobbing because not only did I just catch my ex, not only did I just get crowded, even though, like, yeah, I was certain stuff, like I said, I still can't say. But anyway, not only did I feel like I was getting crowded, I felt like my ex didn't come check on me. I was still emotional from catching her, and I was wasted. So I was just crying a lot. I sat out there for 2 whole hours. My ex never not one time came and checked on me. Don't you know, when I watched the police cam, she literally walked out the room and said, ugh, why is she still here? Like, what? Okay, bam. Let's fast forward. I'm going on with my life now. You know what? I've realized now that I would never talk to her again. I would never, like, that was the lowest low. My children were blowing her up in the middle of the night, trying to find out where I was. And she never not one time answered the phone for them to tell them I had went to jail. Thank God all the charges are gone now. It's been 1 year exactly. February the 11th, it was February something. In February, it made 1 year. And now I'm free of all those charges. Everything has been dismissed. But my children, who this lady raised, my son was 4 years old when she moved in with us. Moved in my house, lived in my house, lived with me for 8 years before we bought a home in my house. And, we raised my children. My children don't really, backstory on my kids, they don't really have a dad, they know who their dad is, but it's not like he's like active in their lives, right? When they were growing up. So we were their parents. We raised them like, and it's not like my kids ever like talk back to her, or my kids ever like, disrespected her. Like, we had a very healthy relationship. So she didn't answer the phone for my kids. And this is one of the reasons why I would never, ever, like, this is why part 4 was so bad for me. So, bam, I decided, okay, nothing. We have no communication, no nothing. Of course, small stuff happened in between, phone calls, blah, 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 but it wasn't like a lot. Whew. Do y'all know? I was at home sitting on my couch. This is 5 months later. No, 6 months. Right at 6 months later. I'm sitting on my couch and I get a knock at the door. It is the police. Now, mind you guys, we bought this house together. We bought our house together when my kids was growing up. I asked her, I said, if I get rid of my home, I need to make sure that my kids will always have a place to live. So she donated me her portion of the property. So I would always feel secure enough, because I didn't believe in gay marriage. So I would always feel secure enough to that my kids, even when they grow up, they will always have a place to go. This lady, oh guys, let me just rewind. I'm trying to go so fast because I just didn't want this to.
Not believing in gay marriage is crazy, because you're living a life of a lesbian, but not believing in gay marriage, I think is crazy. However, I do have my opinions on marriage, but not specifically gay marriage. And I'm sure she has all the reason in the world to feel that way, but I'm just saying, like, kind of crazy. To be a long video, but I'm missing parts. Do y'all know immediately, my ex and Tricky Trina started going to all our favorite restaurants, me and my ex, all the places that me and my ex went. It's kind of like Tricky Trina wanted my life so bad that they just started going to places that me and my ex only went to. It's so creepy. It is the creepiest shit ever, guys. This lady really wanted my life. It gets even creepier, okay? People will call me and be like, yeah, I'm at the restaurant, such and such here. I'm like, that is the craziest, creepiest shit I ever heard. I'm sitting down. I get a knock on the door. It is the police telling me I have an immediate eviction because my ex put a TOR on me, which is a temporary restraining order. Mind you, we have never in our whole entire relationship had a fight. One fight
in 18 years because I caught her in the bed with somebody who's supposed to be my friend. Okay. Backstory on my ex. She's really weak. And even though I noticed the signs a long time ago, it's kind of like she loves to be controlled. The first thing she came and told me when we, I guess when Tricky Trina was telling her stuff was, you're so controlling. But anyway, she likes to be controlled. So right now she's being controlled by Tricky Trina, and she's having her to do a lot of crazy stuff. So I get a knock on my door, and it is the police telling me I need to evict right then and there. I'm like, there's no way, you can't do that to me. This is my house, blah, blah, blah. I bought this house and da, 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 he was like, no, you got to go right now. Like, they were so serious. I had to leave with the clothes on my back, evict my home. Of course, I got with my lawyer. I was like, talk to the judge, blah, blah, blah. The judge is in cahoots with her family because her family is well known. The judge, it was completely unethical, I know, because she had not been at the house in 5 months. She was staying with Tricky Trina, right? So really, when you want to put a restraining order on somebody, even when she did the restraining order, she put the other address that she was living at. No judge was supposed to sign that, saying that I had to get out of my home. She was supposed to be the one to stay gone, since she was already gone, for 6 months. Willingly, she left 6 months ago and came back to my house out of nowhere, knocked on the door and told me immediate eviction. So when somebody has a restraining order on you, y'all can't live in the same house. So they're going to grant the house to one person until they go to court. Well, it didn't work like that for me. They came there, evicted me out of my house, and told me I had to leave until we go to court. So I was like, okay, fine. We go to court in 2 weeks. That's cool. Surely they're going to give my house back because the judge is going to see what happened and it's all going to be fine. No, we go to court. Judge grants the restraining order. Bam. The only thing I can do is go to my house one time and get some things. How in the world am I going to get everything I own out of a house that I own? Everything in that house belongs to me. I mean, to us, because we did all that together. And like, where do you even start with that? That is crazy.
If me and y'all friend ever break up, she keeping all this shit. Except my computer. Anything that I make my money on, no man. But she keeping all this shit. Because quite frankly, I truly believe that, and y'all may not understand this because I am a woman, but I truly believe that the woman, the feminine woman, is the one that makes the home a home, or the house a home. So, yeah, she got rights to that. I will let her keep that no matter what happened, to be honest with you. I mean, long as it ain't no disrespect, and like if it just, I ain't even gonna say it depends, because that it is what it is for me. But yeah, you can keep it. I'm absolutely not about to uproot you. You the one with the kids, you the one with the grandkids and all of that. So it's no way I will uproot, and I'm wrong. There's no way I will uproot you out of your comfort zone. I just wouldn't do it. And I'm the one who did the shit. Nah.
So I end up going and get a few things out, but in my heart, in my mind, I didn't go get a few things out for like another month or so, because like they were playing games with me. They would never let me in the house. Kept saying, well, wait till next week, wait till next week. And it was just like a mess. I don't even understand how this happened, how this stuff can even be like legal. So we're supposed to be in court for a restraining order or whatever. She has the restraining order on me, which I don't understand how a restraining order. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Now, and this is what I'm dealing with, guys. So for everybody who's saying, oh, you keep bringing it up, or, oh, you need to get over it, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. When I got out of that relationship, the easiest thing for me to do, once I seen that she had completely switched to the other side, when I seen that she turned on my whole family, this girl sent the police to my grandson's school. She used my grandson's recording in court. Like,
What? Oh, nigga, you good as trash on the street for me. Oh, you good as a dog on the street for me. Ain't no way. Oh, she completely flipped. Okay.
She turned on my
You've been messing with a stranger all your life.
whole family. Once I seen that she was, the easiest thing for me to do is go on when I'm in a
For
relationship.
20 years of your life.
I could find somebody else. That's not hard to do. Like, and I have never been single in my whole entire life. So I figured this is going to be fun. What I couldn't handle is the betrayal of somebody turning their back, not on just me, but my kids, my whole family. Even friends that we had together. Let me tell you, we had mutual friends together who we had been friends with for 18 years. And immediately, didn't even waste a second, those friends were allowing Tricky Trina, somebody who we all hung out with together like a week prior. Oh, they were all double dating. Like, I was just like, what in the world? Okay, so bam. Guys, so I'm just trying to tell y'all how this thing it
Double dating is crazy work.
went from bad to worse to worse to worse. My son was still living there. My son was like, I was like, well, you don't have to leave because I'm going to court over restraining orders. So I got to stay going until court over with. But you've been living there your whole life, pretty much, like since you were young. And you don't have to go anywhere. Even called the police. Let me tell you something about my youngest. He loved my ex. He was like, Mama, I'm not choosing sides because that was literally like his other parent. He was like, I just don't want to be in it. She used my kids so much. When y'all ask me why she don't talk to my kids, she used them so much to put this restraining order on me. She pretended to want to come over and hang with them. She pretended to want to talk to them until she sucked them out of all their information, right? Okay, so bam. My youngest son, she had started to treat him so bad. And he would call me and say, Mama, I don't know what's going on. She won't talk to me in the house. She told him that if he didn't leave, she was going to call the police on him. Because he had a bench warrant in another city. I was like, what? This is somebody who we raised together. Like, he never disrespected her or nothing. So one day he went to work and he got off at 11 o'clock at night. He didn't call me till 8 o'clock that morning and say, Mama, I've been sitting outside all night and I keep calling her. She's not answering the phone. I'm knocking on the windows. Maybe she went out of town or something because her car is here. I say, well, I tell you what, I'm about to call the police because technically that's still your house. It's still my house. I called the police and said, I need to have my son bust the window because he needs to get in. I mean, the mosquitoes are eating him up. He's been outside all night. And we don't really have a lot of family in Baton Rouge. So, and I'm in Texas and my baby been outside all night. He bust the window and got in the house. Guess who runs out the room? My
Trina.
ex and Tricky Trina in my robe. So they in there laying in the bed. Now, how would Tricky Trina feel? You know, her sons are little. What if somebody had left your kids outside all night?
And you know what's so crazy? You can't even be like, I'm gonna whoop her ass because she done went to jail for doing it. She done went the whole life jail, got charges and everything for doing it.
While your enemy was laid up in your bed. Ooh. With your robe on, with your ex. Y'all, I can't make this shit up. The most creepiest, insane thing I've ever heard in my life. So my son was like, he didn't even tell me that Tricky Trina was there right away. Like, I read between the lines because I was on the phone with him, you know, as he was going in, because I didn't want, you know, he was busting the window or whatever. And he was like, when I heard the voices, he was like, Mom, I'll call you back. Anyway, long story short, he ended up telling me later on that day everything that happened. And I said, so what happened? He was like, she made me pay for the window. I was like, what? Ah! She made you to pay for the window when she was in there laying in the bed, not opening the door for you all night. So finally my son was like, well, Mom, I'm just going to move out because I don't know what I did her. You know, y'all broke up and now she's treating me like this. I was like, okay. Of course, we still got mutual friends, right? Come to find out, she left Tricky Trina in my house, in my home. Guys, women, if y'all can relate, I'm so private with my personal things. It's kind of like, if I'm not home, I don't even want nobody in my house while I'm not there. Like, you know, mothers, women my age or even younger, y'all let me know if y'all can relate to that. If this is your personal space, you don't want nobody in your personal space. That's disgusting. Like, you're going to my bathroom. When I got up and left out of my house, this is a house that we bought together when my kids were small. So imagine how much I have in that house. That was my home. And I literally got up and left with the clothes on my back. I wasn't expecting to leave. So everything I own is in that house.
I found out later that she left Tricky Trina. Now, come on, Tricky Trina got her own house. You want my life that bad that you would sleep in my bed and walk around in my robe,
Man,
instead of just going to your own home? Okay.
this some waiting to exhale shit.
And guys, they boarded up all the windows and
Obsessed.
everything. Like, my door was a glass door. When I did go there, like, the whole door was boarded up with cardboard. I guess they were like, just in case I peek through the window, I won't see anything. Anyway.
Y'all, sex is never that good. Like, don't get me wrong, you can have some really good sex, but not with your girlfriends or your wife friend. It's not that good. It's not that good. You can get that same ass up the street, bro, from a different woman that have no connections to your woman. I mean, to the point you gotta board up the crib. Nah. I'm talking about she was sleeping with the enemy the whole time.
Bam. Oh, I know part of my. Okay, so come to find out later that she left for whatever reason, I don't know, Tricky Trina in my house while she went to work. Said when she came home, Tricky Trina, she told her friends that Tricky Trina had then went through all of my things. Y'all, when I got there to get my stuff, I see boxes that because you know, when I was in there, I was actually packing up.
And I had to leave all my shit.
I didn't know if we were going to sell the house. All I knew was we was broken up. And I was under the impression that her and I was going to sell the house, or was one of us going to buy each other out, or whatever. So I had just started like packing up stuff, you know, getting stuff ready for me to, you know, I didn't want no surprises. If the judge told us, you know, if we had decided to sell a house, I wanted my things already packed with them. All my boxes had been going through. All my clothes, all my jewelry, everything. So my ex went and told her friends that when she got home, she noticed that Tricky Trina had went through all my stuff. I was like, that is the most disgusting an invasion of my privacy. Like, what the hell? So that lets you guys know, when I tell y'all, when everybody be asking me, when I say I left home, and clothes, shoes, purses, things that I had like pretty much my whole life, you know, years. Me and my ex have been together almost 18 years, right at 18 years. So this is one of the reasons why I tell you guys, and I guess y'all didn't really understand where I was coming from when I said I don't want anything from my past, nothing. Can you imagine the person who came in your house and did a ritual or something, whatever she did, that destroyed my whole family, was in my home, sleeping in my bed, walking around in my robe, and going through my personal things?
Jail probably would have been the only option for me. Jail and Don Julio. Oh, girl. And I know this easier said than done, y'all, because look, don't nobody want to keep going to jail. But hell, if I done lost everything already, I don't ever need to be in a position where I ain't got nothing else to lose. No. That's not a good place for me. Because now I could just lose it all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm going to go out with a bang. I'm going to get charged anyway. I'm going to go to jail anyway. Jail probably would have been the safest place for me to be. When I say this some down low trifling shit right here. Like, it's okay to, and it's not okay. Like, first of all, as friends and all that, everybody, you know what I'm saying? You go around people, they have girlfriends and, you know, husbands and whatever. You may find somebody attractive because we're human, right? But that don't mean go bust them down, my nigga. Like, are you serious? And then to the point where you just break up the whole home, kids and all. Damn. Grandkids. And I recently watched her live, like, well, some months back, but she was like, I just want to see my grandson. No, you don't. You would never. She would never see my grandson or my child.
When I got there, when I did go get my stuff, oh gosh, this is another thing. Okay, so bam. I'm knowing all this stuff, right? I'm not letting it bother me because I'm trying to be that person to say, you know what?
it's okay. You know, my son, he got his own apartment now. He's doing good. But she destroyed that relationship with my kids and my grandson. That takes a weak, disloyal person to turn your back on some kids that you raised that were pretty much your kids, right?
And all for some ass? This is for some ass. Because I'm going to tell y'all right now, the same way Tricky Trina did them, they going to do it, or she going to do it to the next ones. So you going to look up and be like, oh, shit. I don't have nothing else. And then you start remembering like, oh, my God. I did this to my family. And they're going to be gone. They're already gone. But you know what I'm saying? But all this for some ass, bro. For some booty. Hell no. No, not for no ass.
I'll be listening to this song and it says,
That's a different type of thirsty, y'all. I'm not even going to count. Like for some ass. Have y'all ever had somebody that y'all looked at like, damn, I wish I could take that down. But immediately your next thought is, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't though, so we're going to keep it moving. I can't. You got respect for your friends, you got respect for your girlfriend, you got respect for your husband, whatever. But if in the event we were single and this never happened, I would bust you. Yeah. But now you can't. So keep it moving. That's crazy.
I don't know. I for some reason I feel like she's going to be cursed forever. I don't think she'll ever have peace because that is disgusting.
Man, that's some different shit.
You allowed somebody, this person allowed somebody to come into our home, destroy it, control her, tell her what to do and how to do it. I heard that girl over there beating her all on top of her head, cutting up her shoes. Me and my ex never had a fight. And that's their business. I don't care about that. You know, I've even stopped people from telling me stuff. I mean, I heard so much miserable stuff is going on to the point where she even accusing her of messing with her sister. Like, is that bad? Like, she over there accusing her of messing with her sister. Like, that's how bad it is. They never gonna have peace.
Like I just said.
I feel like when you get something like that, you're never gonna have peace. You know, that was disgusting. So that's what I've been dealing with, guys. That is what I've been dealing with, and that was part 4. I did end up going to jail. I did end up getting evicted out my house because I have a restraining order on me. So now, and where she did tell me that where she did donate me her portion of the property so that, you know, I could feel secure knowing that my kids will always have a home to go back. Y'all, I almost cried one day. I think I did cry. Me and my daughter was in Baton Rouge. And she said, I'm not going to stay tonight, Mom. And I was like, why? We could just get a hotel room. She said, it doesn't feel like home. I feel homeless. And all I ever wanted in life, if I was by myself, I always made sure my children had, I always made sure I paid all my bills, I always made sure that my life was where it should have been to make sure my kids will always be taken care of. The fact that that lady came into my life and did that, it feels sometimes like she took 20 years of growth and set me all the way back. But she didn't. It didn't. Hallelujah. Because so many great things have been happening in my life now that I can't even explain, like, how is this happening? So I'm grateful and I'm thankful. But it took me, like, I got way more into detail in other videos, but y'all got to know this book is coming out and I want y'all to read it. I'm just so tired of people asking me for part 4. I'm tired of sometimes people saying, oh, girl, why are you still talking about that? Who wouldn't talk about it? This was my home, my children. When my grandbaby say, Lovey, why can't we do this? Why we can't do that? So a person that's been in his life since the day he was born, I don't have words to say. Only thing I can tell him is that person died. And I don't mean literally died. I meant the person who we knew died, right? When I'm sitting here knowing that I can't even pick up a pair of pants that I had from my past because I'm terrified. If you were able to come into my home and do all of that wreckage, that whatever happened, and come to find out you were going all through my clothes, my personal items, you in my kitchen cooking like you me,
Y'all, I wouldn't have shit. I don't want a pot, a pan, a bowl, a hat, a pair of pants, a sock, or nothing. Strip me of everything. Have it all. You know how people cut their hair because they feel like they're carrying dead weight or whatever? See, I don't feel like that about my hair. But I do feel like that about things. You can have this shit. Because I'm straight. I'll get some more shit. Literally. I'm cool. I'm keeping my hair. I'm the one who was holding this hair. So, but everything else, she can go. Including you. You can go. Hell no.
I don't want any of those clothes. I don't want anything from my past.
Nothing.
I mean, a few pieces of furniture because I wanted my table because I had just got that table.
Nope, the car, the furniture. Well, if I just got the table, that's different.
Not really no furniture, but yeah, pretty much just my table. You know, things that I could like really sanitize, but clothes, no.
Nah, I'll keep the table too.
And we're still going to court. And the portion of the house that she donated to me, yeah, she's trying to revoke the donation. Come to find out, guys, if somebody donates you something, you can have it revoked if you can prove that that person wanted to hurt you. I ain't never wanted to hurt nobody in my life. But do you guys know the mental abuse, the mental that you deal with when you walk in and you catch your ex and somebody
Girl, let her keep that property. Girl, keep it. I wouldn't. Girl, I would burn that shit down to ashes. Keep it. You can have it. When I say I would have, you can have any. You know what I'm saying? For real. You can have it. I swear. In the next 10 years, this woman is going to either be calling her or she going to be at her front door. Like, oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. It was voodoo. Something. I ate her spaghetti. Some bullshit. I ate her spaghetti. It's going to be some bullshit. I'm telling you. She already terrorizing her. And it's going to be way worse than that. I'm telling you, if not, the next couple years.
who's supposed to be your friend, and then you have to live with. You have to be like, I feel so played, but I can't do nothing about it because what am I going to do?
You can't do nothing.
All you can do is swallow it, accept the fact that that's what it is, and move on with your life. All right, guys. So y'all tell me how that was. It wasn't long. It was very short. I tried to touch on everything.
This was good.
Going all the way up to today.
She know them damn videos be long.
We are still going to court for a whole bunch of stuff. And that's okay. Because God is blessing me every day and I feel amazing. Guys, y'all ever walked away from something and felt like a weight was lifted off your shoulders? When
Yes,
I walked
Lord.
away from my home, it still hurts sometimes. Sometimes I get really sad. Sometimes I get depressed. And it's more than I want to admit that I wake up and I cry for no reason because I realize that my life has changed so much. But when you don't have all those things that you're attaching yourself to, you feel like a weight is lifted off your shoulders. I always wondered how people would live with themselves if their house caught a fire or if, you know, you just lose all of your things, all of your pictures, all of y'all. If you got health and you got your life and you got your family, you can walk away from anything and start over. I didn't understand it because I've never had to start over in my life. This is my first time at 45 years old that I had to completely start over. I didn't want a thing from my past. And yeah. So that's where I am at today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I went fast. I know I try to cram everything into it so that I can get it over with, but that is what it is. That's why sometimes y'all still hear me bring it up. That's why sometimes I still cry. That's why sometimes I still deal with it because it's still here. It's still, you know, it's still happening. And I don't give two shits about being with somebody or wanting to be with this person. It really caused a huge, huge, huge change for me and my children. You know, for mothers, y'all understand. Children is when they have that second parent where they could be like, if they mad at you, they got somebody else to talk to. Or if, you know, you don't understand them, they can go to this other person. I always admired or always loved that about you know, my children always had 2 people to go to, and now it's like only one of us. And so much betrayal has went on that my kids went from thinking that this person, that somebody loved them, to feeling like they're not even worthy to be loved by that person. That is a huge burden to carry as a parent on your shoulders. So I constantly, you know, have talked with my kids. They know I love them. They know that, you know, this is out of my control. And they also know that this is not the end. We're only going up from here. Period. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning into this video. Y'all do me a favor and have an amazing day. Mwah.
All right, that girl look. Yeah. That's a different type of trifling. Yeah, she good as dead to me. Is how I would feel. She can have anything, whatever, get us out of court quicker, the quickest. Go on about your business. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. I'm done with this video. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hey.